Madam Speaker, I rise to protect our environment.
The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Does
the gentleman claim the time in opposition to the motion to recommit?
That's correct.
Gentleman's recognized.
As a former ocean engineer, I rise on behalf of the Low Country and the 1st Congressional District of South Carolina. This motion to recommit wants to cede more power to our president. But I believe in the Constitution, and I believe in separate but equal branches of government, like our founding fathers intended. We as members of this institution have an obligation to not only respond to current events, but also to anticipate future problems and work to prevent them. You don't wait for a bridge to break to fix its foundation. And you don't wait for the hurricane to hit before boarding up your windows. And you don't wait for an oil spill to realize that offshore drilling is just not worth jeopardizing our booming tourism industry. As my father used to say, the juice just ain't worth the squeeze. This bill ensures that no new lease sales are made along the Atlantic and the Pacific. We're not looking to reverse existing sales, just prevent new ones. Why does this matter? Because public opinion matters. Because our friends and our neighbors have expressed their opposition to offshore drilling along our coast. Listen, there are certain things that go beyond politics, issues that touch each and every one of us personally, things that transcend partisan lines. In South Carolina, we have strong bipartisan opposition to offshore drilling. It doesn't matter what party you belong to. We all enjoy the same beaches, the same sunset, and the same coastal economy like South Carolina's, which is worth over $22 billion. That's at risk for whatever limited economic benefit may be gained from oil drilling. That's both fiscally and morally irresponsible. And I want to, Madam Speaker, the House is not in order.
Gentleman will suspend. Gentleman is correct. Members will take your conversations off the floor and give the gentleman your attention. Gentleman is recognized. I
want to remind the folks of the remarkable track record Republicans once had for environmental conservation. The National Environmental Policy Act and 2 Clean Air Acts were both signed by Republicans. A Republican created the Environmental Protection Agency. By voting against this bill, Republicans promote pollution, they put profits over people, and you erase the legacy of environmental conservation that Republicans before you worked so hard to build. And I want to remind my colleagues, remind them, if you are a true conservative, if you are a real conservative, be an environmental conservative too. And this idea that offshore drilling is necessary for the country to achieve energy independence is just a red herring. As President Trump pointed out earlier this year during his State of the Union speech, the United States is now the #1 producer of oil and natural gas in the world. Yes! USA! 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 Listen, President Trump said, for the first time in 65 years, we are a net exporter of energy. That's great. We have managed to make all that energy progress. All that progress has been made without drilling in the Atlantic and the Pacific. We're sending 3 million barrels of oil overseas every single day. We do not need to put oil rigs in the Atlantic Ocean at all. Why would we damage our beaches, our God-given natural resources, just to export more oil to other countries? Why would we do that? But to answer that question, we must first answer a more basic question. Who did you come here to serve? When we see Old Glory, we pledge our allegiance to the flag and to the nation, not to a party and not to a president. This is not a partisan question, so let us not give a partisan answer. Let's defeat this motion to recommit and